We've discussed why people choose to do illegal things from a cultural point of view. We have also seen why companies will let themselves be used as a money laundering front. There is one more reason. If a political group doesn't want their actions to be traced back to them, this can have several reasons and can be pretty amazing. During World War I, England insisted that German submarines announce themselves before attacking. The entire reason why a submarine works is it attacks without people knowing about it. But the German Navy actually decided to be good and proper. Needless to say, the German Navy lost. However, it was one of the reasons why Germany didn't care for doing things properly for World War II when England insisted. It feels like I'm being anti-English here, but this story involves the Irish Republic Army. They were the main front of what was called the Troubles in the 90s. I won't go into it long, but Ireland and England had enough of each other, and Ireland wanted to be separate from England. This led to bloodshed. The IRA was not a direct attack army, but an explosion and sniper type. They couldn't handle a direct conflict.
You see, I'm a guy of simple taste. I enjoy dynamite, and gunpowder, and gasoline. What's it? And you know the thing that they have in common? They're cheap.
That turned out to be a lie. Explosions, bullets, and gasoline are expensive, so the IRA needed money to pay for their needs. They built companies to help pay for the army, and ended up being very good at it. In fact, while an expert on terrorism was visiting Ireland, he found out the police had commissioned an IRA front to fix their jail. You can imagine his response. They were doing so well, many became regular companies and forgot their reasons. We have no idea which company is still a front today. During the fascist occupation of Rome, a 1,000-year-old hospital protected various rebels and undesirables to keep the Axis forces from going into the parts where the refugees stayed. The area had the designation K. The medical staff had the area treated like a terrible plague area, and only careful crew were allowed in. The Jewish sector and a few others had been nearby, while a Jewish doctor attended the hospital. They faked paperwork and made up the plague to keep it going as long as they could. When Soviet leaders saw arcade games, they realized it could be a great morale boost. They couldn't create a trade deal, though, because it would make the country look bad. They didn't like capitalism, but couldn't order machines except through companies who would charge a lot of money to keep it quiet. So instead, they bought a few machines that they liked and took them apart. The reverse engineers were able to figure out how each game worked and played. They then copied these machines with parts and means within the Soviet industrial manufacturers. It was illegal to do all of this, but it helped them save face as these new arcades began to pop up throughout Soviet-controlled Europe. There are a few museums dedicated to these machines, but the ability to maintain them is based on replacement parts. Since everything was based on Soviet design and Soviet manufacturing, there is a limit to those parts. Since the Soviet Union doesn't exist, those parts cannot be made again. Well, okay. Unless some smart guy decided to create a better manufacturing process and sell those parts to the various museums and collectors, they would probably be the greatest sign of loss to the USSR ever. The Cold War had all sorts of weirdness. Most of it was fought in the hearts and minds of people around the world. We could spend hours on the back and forth of the two armies who fought by media instead of bombs. Since I showed the USSR copying arcades, I might as well show some US counter-productions. Have you ever wondered why the art scene looked so strange? Many have joked that a child could draw some of it. Well, it was designed that way to counter Soviet promotion of art. I'm being serious. Soviet promotion was something called socialist realism. It had a distinct idealized look, and the US countered it by promoting art that did the opposite. It could get ridiculous at points. For example, the cartoon Animal Farm was entirely paid for by the CIA to a Canadian animation studio. They altered the ending, so the pigs were the focus the entire time. In fact, many people don't even know the true ending because of the cartoon. Unlike cultural or business reasons, a person using a front for political use will have many different reasons. It can be to save lives, or stop a difficult enemy. Some use it as a way to make money for their real ideology. Other times it is used as a way to persuade others to their cause. So in the next video, I will use this information to cover how money laundering schemes work as an investment and business operation. Then we will look at how it can be set up for websites or other means without people really noticing. This may even include the people making the product. I want to thank you for watching this video. Hit like and subscribe if you get the chance. Also, I have links in my bio so that you can check out what I was looking at and what you were watching. Thank you very much. I hope to see you next time. Also, I'm sorry for the gravelly voice. I'm trying to make myself sound more even and careful. I think I sound ridiculous, but I had a complaint, so I'm trying something new.